Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Pete and Jeremy's D&D Time. This adventure I am entitling Cookies and Scream. Take two. But I'm certain everything's fine. None of these adventures are time sensitive, so, a week later, so it shouldn't be any problem. But I digress. Let's take a moment and introduce our fantastic characters this evening. First, we have Ideal, the sharp-tongued. How are you, Ideal? Oh, Ideal, I can't hear you at all. You're lighting up? Oh no, Discord Lord of Chaos has struck again. Ideal, you might need to relog Discord because we're seeing you light up, but we're not hearing you speak.
Hug buddy.
Hello?
Ah, there we go.
Oh, hello.
We can hear you now.
Alright.
How's it going, Ideal?
Other than that temporary silence constantly, I'm doing quite well.
You've been did your ring of elementals create a silence elemental just out of nowhere?
I hope not.
Who knows?
Silence
right?
is an element? Oh no, that can't be good.
Oh, you'd be surprised. That thing can make elementals out of anything. Well, Ideal, how have you been wheeling and dealing throughout the lands of D&D time since your last adventure?
Quite well, thank you.
Anything exciting going on? Are you wielding your influence to do anything now that, of course, you are a pretty renowned Fable tier hero? There are rumors going around that you might even be getting close to the mythic tier.
Yes, it's true. I'm getting close to mythic tier.
Is that somewhere you think you thought you'd ever get, or is this kind of like a dream coming true? I mean, I'm sure Ideal, it being the prolific adventurer that they are.
I believed it was always an eventuality.
Yeah, understandable. Well, Ideal, I'm sure you've been to the Big Rock Candy Mountains on more than one occasion. What's your opinion of the place?
Actually, this would be my first foray into the Big Rock Candy Mountains.
Really?
Yes.
No way. 14 adventure, or it's more than 14 adventures, isn't it? And wow, well, Ideal. You've heard of the Big Rock Candy Mountains, no doubt. Are you excited to go?
I am intrigued to see what secrets it may hold.
Well, wow, geez, I'm just blown away. I can't believe you've never actually been. Well, Ideal, I hope you have a fantastic time. Maybe you can make a little vacation out of it while you're there. I'm sure there are plenty of people in high places up at the Big Rock Candy Mountains that would be worth your time. Once, of course, the adventure's over. Might as well make the best of it.
Yes, of course.
And of course, welcome back. It's always great to have you on the show. Next this week, we have another, of course, returning character. All characters here are returning as they are of the Fable tier. We have Farzu, the big boss Papa Farzu. Farzu, how are you?
Yes, I'm Beardfish.
Is that Beardfish? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was Farzu.
Totally not Farzu, the big boss Papa Farzu right here, impersonating Beardfish.
We're on my notes. It says Beardfish couldn't make it, so Farzu was gonna. I guess Beardfish, you could make it after all. Well,
yes.
Beardfish, did I ever mention just how much you resemble the quintessential Triton with your very blue skin and beard? It's crazy. I mean, just how close you resemble. So what have you been up to, Beardfish?
Oh, I've been doing Beardfish things that Beardfish always does.
Oh, like what?
What the heck is it? What? Who is Beardfish? Just beard fishing around.
That actually sounds exactly like what Beardfish would do.
Yes, exactly.
Well, Beardfish, welcome back to D&D Time. It's always wonderful to have you. I know you're a big fan of dwarves, and apparently there should be some dwarves in this adventure. They sent a message to Bartholomew last week asking for help. I know it's been a while, but I'm sure they're fine. So I'm sure you're gonna have a great time.
Thank you.
Yeah, a great time going to meet them, and of course, welcome back.
It's good to be back.
Third tonight. Oh, Beardfish, you're really working on your laugh.
Oh, just ignore that. I'm sorry.
Oh, of course, okay. Third, we have Michael Verity, Prince of Order. Michael, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
Michael, I hear those orc farmers that you got to move back to your kingdom a while back. I've heard they've unionized. Is this true?
I guess so, but not to worry. I've treated them fair. I can treat them fairly. If they have any problems, I'm sure I can sort them out, just like I did back at the mine with the kobolds.
Yeah, but what about when you're not there? I mean, you've been adventuring more and more lately. The world needs the Prince of Order. You know,
The world.
How are you going to
The
handle
world
this?
needs the world does need a lot more me, but matter. I hope whatever comes my way, I can just talk down into giving them a better deal. Because clearly, if I could talk down a bunch of orcs, I can talk down almost anything.
Well, unless they're a bunch of, meaner orcs, maybe. But you're probably right. I'm sure. The voice of reason. Maybe, you know what? Maybe your myth title should be the voice of reason, because I think that is super. I don't know. Anyway,
I'll
Michael,
have to think about it once I get my myth tier title. But thanks for the
That's very
advice.
well, Michael, welcome, of course, back to DnDTime, of course. Also, pretty high up there, getting close to myth tier, so you better start thinking about what it's going to be like. Yep. And of course, welcome back. I hope you have a great time up in the Big Rock Candy Mountains. And of course,
that title sounds very reasonable.
It is definitely a reasonable title. And last but certainly not least, Elysia Silverblood, the youngest of the Silverblood clan.
That's me.
You are the youngest, though. No other children, or
as far as I know, I think I'm the youngest.
Oh, as far as you know. Is Lance? I thought Lance was certainly a man of I don't know. Is he a man of dubious dubious behavior?
Oh, I can't imagine that.
No, I wouldn't think so. I mean, a man of Salune, of course. Elysia, how have you been? It's you've only been in the Fabled here for a few adventures now.
Indeed. In fact, I believe I heard something of this.
Discord, the god of chaos, is not letting me hear Elysia.
Oh, you may want to just restart then, Max or Mike, and we can bump you back in. So go ahead.
Discord always going off with blindness, deafness.
It's always with the blindness, deafness spells.
That and silence.
Now I can hear Elysia. I've been cured.
Well, that is excellent. So Elysia, what have you been doing? How have you been feeling about the adventures now that you're up in this higher tier? Have they been more challenging?
So wonderful. Just the other day, we went into Bartholomew's bag. There was some issue, and I don't suppose you've heard, but I bowled Bartholomew's hat itself. It was quite the experience, if I must say.
Has this experience changed you at all?
Oh, I don't
Obviously,
imagine so.
You're still devoted to Salune, right?
Oh, of course. Though I shan't deny, if I could ever find such an item again, I would be very happy to wield it. For Salune, of course.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. Well, Elysia, I'm sure you're going to have a fantastic adventure this evening. Best of luck up in the Big Rock Candy Mountains. And
These explosions were so beautiful.
Maybe you'll find some crazy artifacts up there. Who knows?
That would be the place to find them.
Exactly. And so our adventure begins. You have traveled north to Big Rock Candy Mountains. Roger, Bartholomew's intern, has teleported you up there, pretty much right up to what should be a dwarven settlement. Apparently, there was some issue with their funds going through last week, which is why you guys were sent on a different adventure to recover Bartholomew's hat, or some of you were, rather. But this week, it seems the money has come through in the meantime over the course of the last week, and you're all being sent out. As you teleport up to the north in a flash of blue light, a small bit of nausea and maybe vertigo as you come out of the teleportation spell, but Roger's not the best wizard that there is. You find yourselves knee-deep in an extremely chilly, kind of creamy snow, wind howling around you, and ice cream snow falling down all around you. You seem to have appeared right smack dab in the center of a blizzard. In the distance, you can see the rough kind of silhouette of some sort of palisade, some walls in the distance through the snow. And as you just kind of plop in, what's all of your initial reaction to just being dropped into the snow here?
Well, first I'm gonna be like, "Oh, god dang it, Roger!" And then I'm gonna start trekking slowly through the knee deep in ice cream and towards the palisade wall to investigate, as that's all I can see.
Yes, you hear Roger kind of talk into your minds all, actually. Kind of a staticky, broken communication through the blizzard. But you hear Roger's voice nonetheless, and he says,
"All right, so basically, their instructions were to find out what's causing the chaos in the mines. I don't really know much more about it, or who you were even supposed to meet up there, but apparently there's something dangerous or something going on in the mines, so figure it out, I guess. The mission stands." And with a kind of staticky sound, Roger's voice cuts out, and you feel the telepathic communication disappear. You're trudging forward, Michael?
And as I hear those instructions, like, chaos in the mine, why does that sound so familiar to me? Oh yes, now I remember.
You mutter to yourself, but okay.
Elysia has a look of fear then disgust as, for the cold, she pulls out the alpaca cloak and desperately tries to presto it clean and presto away the smell before just giving up and kind of disgruntledly putting it on.
Yeah, you put it on, it's stinky, it's warm, which is nice. Alpaca fur tends to be quite warm. But it's kind of, actually a lot of the grossness of it kind of freezes, so it's not as bad. It's very cold. But yeah, Michael, as you trudge forward toward the palisade that you can barely see silhouetted against the storm, the rest of you are able to kind of follow in the path that Michael kind of blazes with his big armored body. And you come into what looks like a small town. There are what looks like houses kind of built up along this main thoroughfare. There's a big gate, but the gate's kind of frozen open a couple of feet, so you're easily able to walk in. There's no real sign of a fight or struggle, but you see no one around, no guards at the gate or anything in the storm. You see like a half-buried wagon, it seems, in the snow. And yeah, there's just a big thoroughfare and buildings and not a soul in sight.
Are there any doors in? Are there any doors?
I'm totally resistant to cold. It's totally not cold right now.
Yeah, you guys see this really... Beardfish looks a little funky today, but it's probably just the cold. What were you saying, Ideal?
I'm gonna check out the wagon that's buried in the ice cream stuff.
Okay, yeah, you make your way over toward the wagon, kind of trudging along. Michael, you head a little further down, just looking around. Are you calling out for people?
Actually wondering, are all the doors closed? Like, I'm assuming if there's no one outside, there's people inside.
All the doors are closed. There's like icicles frozen up on by the windows. There's no seemingly lights visible right now. It's very dark. It's just the barely visible dim light of the sun trying to shine through the storm, but failing miserably. In the distance now that you're kind of through the palisade, you can see that the palisade's built up against some sort of large mountain. that you can again just see the shadow of in front of you. But yeah, ideal. You approach the wagon and you go to look at it. You pull a little of the ice cream snow away. Inevitably, ice cream gets in all of your mouths at some point as it is raining ice cream. It is flavorless and kind of bland. It's just kind of cream that is very cold, not very pleasant. It is just completely flavorless, really. But as you start pulling away some of the ice cream, you see that this wagon is filled with what looks like discs of some kind of large. They seem like stone discs, like you hit them and they're pretty hard. They might not be stone, but they might just be something frozen. But yeah, these weird discs that are all stacked up inside of it. The discs are maybe 3 feet in diameter. They're pretty large. And they're all kind of buried in the snow in this wagon.
Is there anything on the discs, or are they just...
It's kind of hard to see because, like, even, you pull away some of the snow, but it's coming down really hard. So it's hard to, like, totally clear one off to look at it, at least physically. If you have some kind of magic you'd like to use, feel free to let me know. Or if you want to, like, bring it into a building or something.
Can I lift one of them up to see the top of the one underneath it?
Oh, that's a great idea. What's your strength score? 10. Yeah, I think it's just a little too hard because they're all kind of frozen together a little bit, so it's hard to like get under there. If you want to roll,
I'm gonna say, hey, Prince of Order, come over here and help me with these stone discs.
Elysia will also run over and give a boop of guidance.
I will silently use my mage hand to help lift it as well.
Contributing your 10 pounds of force. Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Totally works,
all right.
Right?
Yeah, Michael, you're going over to help as I feel called out.
Yeah. Okay, I'll help out with these stone discs or whatnot.
Cool. In that case, Ideal, can you give me a athletics check? I'll reduce the DC by 2 because that's 5 feet per for the mage hand, and then I'll give you advantage from Michael helping you. And then you have a D4 from Elysia. That's actually pretty good.
So
just roll with advantage for now.
Athletics with advantage, right?
Yes, and then Elysia, you can roll the D4 to add to. 14, not bad.
18.
Oh yeah, you exactly get it with the -2 from the mage hand, or -2 to the DC. Yeah, you're able to kind of all.
My mage hand is like.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that tiny little push to give it the last little bit, and yeah, you all pop the top cookie off, and you tell it's a cookie. As you look underneath it, it appears to be a stack of giant chocolate chip cookies.
Wow, it's a giant cookie.
A gigantic cookie.
Don't think I'd want to eat the entire thing in one go.
Well, I mean, it's frozen solid. Like, this could be a shield if you really wanted it to.
You know what would make this excellent?
I'm assuming these cookies are really heavy. I don't really see a use in holding one of these.
They aren't that heavy. Like, they aren't much heavier than, like, a shield. But that's still not
It's just that they were, they were frozen together. That's why it was.
Exactly, frozen together.
Michael, consider this though: a bathtub of hot chocolate and all these cookies.
I'm gonna.
I think I'll pass.
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and try to use the top cookie that we pried off as a shield.
Are you proficient with shields?
I am actually.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So you're just gonna I guess hold the cookie.
I mean, as long as that cookie is nice and frozen solid, you got a really nice shield there.
Yeah, you got some straps or something you can kind of wrap around it to wrap it to your arm, and yeah, you have a makeshift cookie shield currently. And as you're kind of wrapped, what was that? Go ahead, Ideal.
I didn't say.
Are you strapping your cookie to your arm?
Yes.
It's hard. It's harder than a rock. It might as well be a shield.
It's quite the bright idea.
Well, Elysia,
It's a
what's your
cookie
passive
shield.
perception? What's everyone's passive perception, actually?
11.
My passive perception is 13.
Okay.
14.
Elysia is also casting light on the cookie with her bright idea pun.
And Ideal, what was yours?
11.
11. Okay, so actually, Farzu and Michael Verity are the only two who actually notice this. As Ideal's putting the cookie on, and Elysia's lighting it up with light, which definitely helps in the storm. You two notice, like, way down the road, there's some sort of moving shadow. Something moving through the snow down the road, except it's not at, like, human level. It looks like it's some oblong, just mass, about 30 feet in the air, and several very, very long, thin legs kind of coming off, like a gigantic daddy long-legged spider almost. And you just see it like climb over one of the buildings in the distance and then disappear into the darkness of the storm. Maybe 1,000 feet down the road, just barely out of sight.
Oh, I was gonna say that was if it was any closer, I'd be like, if it was any closer, I'd be like, I attempt to shoot the thing. I would have attempted to shot the thing, but that's way too far. Never mind that.
Yeah, out of the corner of your eye, you noticed it. Farzu, you duck and hide.
I'm just gonna.
Where does Farzu hide?
I just dash off away from the group in the snow behind some carts.
You see Beardfish rush over up onto maybe
I'm
one of the.
hiding from our group as well.
Oh, okay. So
I'm hiding from everyone.
You dash up onto one of the porches to one of the buildings, one of the little outcroppings, and duck behind some barrels. And to the rest of you, Beardfish just disappeared. And you all feel like this weird kind of ominous feeling, like you're kind of being watched almost.
Okay,
I'll
where
leave
did
a note where I left. It says, "You got company."
got Beardfish? I don't remember Beardfish being a coward and just leaving. Where the heck did he go?
You do remember Beardfish constantly getting distracted, though, so who knows?
But anyway, I swear I saw what looked like a giant. I swear I saw what looked like a giant spider, and I point to the direction where I saw it.
I would like to insight check that.
You believe him. I think you believe him.
I may.
Now, you might think that he's just seeing things, but he believes he saw a giant spider.
So we believe that he believes he just saw a giant spider.
Well, I don't know if you believe that he
seem a bit hungry.
No. I mean, like, we believe that.
Yes.
Max.
You believe that exactly.
And I'm not. It's not hunger pangs. I had a meal. I had a hearty meal before coming here.
Why would
Have
you
one of the
go
giant
into
cookies.
Big Rock Candy Mountains? There's candy everywhere. You could have totally spoiled your dinner, though. Elysia says as she tries to.
This is why I don't eat anything from the Big Rock Candy Mountains. Really bad for my diet.
You try and bite the cookie, Elysia?
Yes, I do.
Can you roll me a strength check? Not athletics, just strength. Yeah, you chomp down on the cookie, and it's so cold. I think what ends up happening is your teeth just kind of grind on it. You don't hurt yourself, but you only get like little crumble of cookie and some chocolate. But oh, that chocolate is divine.
Oh my!
I'm gonna shoot a arrow out of the storm at Max.
You're gonna shoot an arrow to Max?
Yep.
Michael, you're gonna shoot an arrow at me? Wait, what?
Just to alert him, scare him a little bit.
Okay. Michael Verity, an arrow fires out of the storm and lands near you.
I sort of like, okay, I'm not playing. Seriously, who's out there?
Michael,
Shoot like 5 more arrows.
Yeah, you see 5 more arrows come from a nearby building, and they just come to like, one goes to the right side of your head, one to the left side of your head, one between your legs, and they're just going very near you, but not hitting you.
Elysia will grab Ideal and try to do the Mr. President get down.
I'm not afraid.
Glad
Since
they
I
got
have
the
my
message.
shield. I'm going to rush forward toward the direction where the arrows came from.
You rush up onto the hut, and can you roll me a perception check as you rush onto the stairs of the building? You look around and you don't see anything. You have no idea where these are. Farzu, you're crouched down behind some barrels right next to Michael, but the snow has kind of poured down on top of you, so you're very well hidden. But if you move at all, you'll see you for sure.
Alright, I'll just stay still.
Michael, you don't see anything up here, so it must have come from the building in front of you. Do you want to try and open the door?
Let's open the door. Let's see if anyone's home.
Okay, you go to open the door, you turn, it's got like a handle of the door, you turn the handle, and the handle breaks off. It seems it was just kind of frozen wood and just snapped.
Okay, then screw it. I kicked the door open because there's no other option.
The door shatters and breaks open, as it just is obliterated, seemingly weakened by the icy cold. And as you look inside, you see the interior of what maybe once was a general store or something, except everything is all frozen over. You see in the corner there are some overturned tables, and you notice what look like weird, they're strange, they look like tumbleweeds almost, big gray tumbleweed. Just in the middle of the floor.
I have a bad feeling those are not tumbleweeds, are they?
You don't know. Do you approach them?
Approach slowly, sword at my ready.
Okay.
As I walk forward, I go, "Hello."
There's no answer. And as you kind of approach and peer behind the table, you see that they are not tumbleweeds, but they are in fact a big jumble of dwarf beards. And you see a bunch of dead dwarven skeletons. Just kind of frozen over, kind of behind the tables, like they were taking cover. They're all very dead, though.
I revolt in disgust. I'm like, God, that's no.
But their beards are just so large, they look like tumbleweeds now that the dwarf is gone.
I immediately walk out of the store disgusted. I'm like, no. Okay, well, at least I think I know what happened to everyone in this town. They're all dead.
I thought they were going missing, not dying.
A bunch of decaying.
Oh, they're not
dwarves
decaying.
In there.
It's just skeletons.
Skeletons in their beards. Straight up skeletons in their beards.
Wait, how could they be skeletons? They've only just been missing for a bit. They couldn't already be skeletons. Zombies at most.
Do you want to go in and look?
Elysia is kind of shivering from the spookiness and the cold.
Ideal goes ahead and goes in to check on the bearded skeletons.
Okay. As Elysia, as you're like, oh no, Ideal pushes forward. Farzu, you're just still crouching there. Everyone walking by you. Do you just stay hidden? Oh, you're saying words. I'm not hearing you, actually.
Oh no,
Discord, what are you doing?
Discord, God of Chaos, why must you do this to us?
Oh.
Wait, sorry, what?
Oh, there we go. Farzu, people keep walking back and forth past you. Do you want to stay hidden? Or do you want to, come on and be like, ah?
Yeah. I want to stay hidden, and
Okay.
I'll get out of disguise, but I'll move around using my familiar, the eyes and skies, and I think I'll also use my mage hand to pick Michael's nose.
Ironic.
Pause. You're picking my nose with the mage hand. Excuse me?
Well, just a second.
It's invisible as well.
Michael,
you can't see
can you
it, so it
can
just
you
goes
roll
up to your
me
face.
a perception check?
Better roll better this time, because I'm better see this.
Can you roll me a sleight of hand check, Farzu?
Sure.
All right. So, Michael, I think what happens here is you don't notice as just it's just all the cold and the snow and everything. You just think you got some snow on you. But you find that Michael Verity's nose is in perfect order. It is pristine. There's nothing to pick up there, unfortunately, Farzu.
Yes, perfect. I'm too clean for you. I'm too clean
Unfortunate.
for you.
But Ideal, you go and look at the bones, and it looks like the bones have been like scraped clean. Like they have marks almost like knives that have peeled the flesh all off of them. And they are clean.
And look at this foolish prince. I'm just gonna fuck with them some more.
I go and say, I'm pretty sure something ate the dwarves and left the bones behind.
This sounds this is starting to sound very, very familiar to another adventure I did involving kobolds.
Wait, kobolds were eating dwarves?
No, the dwarves were eating. The orcs were eating kobolds at the mine, and I had to save them. So I convinced the orcs to go somewhere else.
Are there candy orcs?
I need to roll a d4. Oh, Elysia, can you roll me a dexterity saving throw? Probably with disadvantage, as you do not see this happening. Oh boy. All right, so you all of a sudden there's a large crashing sound as a giant icy icicle leg crashes through the ceiling and grazes you, Elysia. Ignore the roll to hit on this. This is just going to be for the damage. Whoopsies, I missed these. There we go. All right, as it hits you for 6 bludgeoning damage. Outside. Oh, I'm sorry. That should not be 1d10. That should be 2d10. Whatever. It'll hit you for 6 plus 12. Oh, that's a d6. Whatever. 12 bludgeoning damage. Outside, you see another giant icy leg crash down into the wagon, and then another, and then another. Farzu, you're the only one who can see it very clearly, but as you kind of look up from your hiding spot, you see the body of this giant, it looks like Daddy Longlegs, icy frozen spider around you, and it has 8 legs branching out, and 4 of them are just smashing the cart in front of you. And I think we all need to roll for initiative, actually. Can all of you roll for initiative for me? As the Cookie Crusher has appeared. Alrighty. Alrighty. Ideal, what would you like to do?
Let's see.
You're in a frozen room. There's a giant icy leg down in front of you.
I am going to cast. I'm trying to think what's better. I am going to cast. Witch Bolt.
Okay.
I'm going to use my Ring of Dumb Elementals to create a Witch Bolt elemental.
A Witch Bolt Elemental. Excellent.
Yes.
You reach out your... what is your spellcasting focus? Is it the ring?
The what?
Is your spellcasting focus the ring, or do you have like a wand or a crystal or something?
Hold on. Let me check something real quick.
It's all right. I mean, if you don't off the top of it, it's all good. nice Farzu. Witch Bolt. I was just wondering for a flavor reason. Maybe, I don't know if you stick out your ring and shoot him with it or what have you, but you can go ahead and roll me the attack for the Witch Bolt if you like.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty, you are going to hit with a 19. Go ahead and give me your damages as you strike it. Oh, damn. That is a meaty hit. 17 lightning damage. Your bolt of lightning strikes the big leg, piercing down through the sky, and an elemental of pure lightning, witch bolty energy appears out of the ring, and it says, "I'm alive!" And that is the end of your turn, Idea?
Yep.
Alrighty. We move to the next in the initiative order, which is the Cookie Crusher. the Cookie Crusher is going to go. First thing it's going to do is it's going to lift that leg up, which I think makes it more than 30 feet away from you, Ideal. And unfortunately breaks your Witch Bolt. And then it's going to start...
Elemental, so.
That is true. You still have more Witch Bolt coming. And then it is going to start stabbing into the house where it was just hurt. So this is going to be a D3 because there are 3 of you in the house. Farzu's still on the porch. It's going to be a 2, a 3, a 1, and a 1. Alrighty. So that means, Ideal, you're getting attacked twice, and Michael and Elysia are being attacked once each. As these legs begin to stab through the ceiling of this building. You can't really see any of them coming, and so they all do have advantage against you. This creature seems to be able to sense your position despite not being able to physically see you. So this is going against you, Ideal, first. That's a 20 to hit and a 19 to hit.
Both of those hits.
Alrighty. This one is going against you, Michael. That's a 21 to hit for 7 bludgeoning.
However, as a reaction, I'm going to use Hellish Rebuke on the spider.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me the damage on that. Or actually, I need to roll a dex save, which he's not super great at. Not like horrible, but not good either. This is not with advantage, but he got a 14 total. What is your DC? Your DC should not be 11. It's higher than that.
Yeah, what is your DC?
Oh, 15. It's
15.
I don't know why he didn't adjust. It's 15 now.
Yeah, awesome.
Not 11.
So the Hellish Rebuke flares up the icy leg. Unfortunately, it seems to be somewhat resistant to the fiery damage being made of pure ice. But you still hit the absolute shit out of it. It's a ton of damage.
Ignore that. I was trying to check something.
Oh, the DC. Yeah. Okay. Another be another 12. And we need to roll the last attack against you, Elysia. A 21 versus AC.
That hits so much.
As another leg crashes down. Farzu, up above you, you can see the creature kind of shifting around very bizarrely on its long legs. The torso is about 50 feet in the air. It's very large. We move to the next in the initiative order, which will be
Me,
Michael
I
Verity.
think.
Yep.
Yeah, it would be me. I'm going to attempt to leave the building so I can get a look at what the heck is going on outside.
Yeah, you rush out into the storm and through the blizzard coming down around you.
If I can
you
do
see
that
this
within 30
massive
feet.
body.
I hope I can...
Yeah, you can. You can just run right up the door. Takes about 20 feet of movement to run out the door.
Okay.
And then you're in the storm, and now the storm is difficult terrain, but you can still move outside if you'd like with your last 10 feet. But yeah, looking up, you see this massive, eyeless, just kind of orb-like body up in the air. With all the snow, it's hard to see it super clearly. You can't tell any features of it, but its body's 50 feet high, and it has these massive 50-foot spear-like legs that's just stabbing at.
Oh, I'm going to... Okay, so this is going to be, Is there any legs outside the building?
Yeah, there's 8 legs. There are 4 of them now smashed into the building, and 4 of them outside.
Would it be possible for me to reach one of them right now, or no?
Yeah, with your last 10 feet of movement, you can run over to the smashed remains of the cookie wagon and attack the leg there if you'd like.
Yes, I'm going to...
Sure.
Run over to that leg and be like, "Get away, you stupid creature!" And then I'm going to swing twice at it.
Okay. You have extreme doubts that it can hear you in the storm, but who knows? 16
and an 11. Okay.
11
For the
will
6...
also hit.
Oh, wait, 11 hits? Okay, this I'm a little concerned. That concerns me a little bit. I want to know, what is the size class? I'm assuming enormous or something?
Gargantuan. It is a gargantuan.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to...
You think that's why you hit it so easily, right? It doesn't even almost notice as much that you're attacking its leg when you run up to the leg.
I'm going to turn that into a trip attack, even though I can't trip it, and I'm going to roll a d8, I think. Sure. Just check. I'm just
Yeah,
checking.
it'll be a D8 for the extra damage.
Extra damage. So let me roll the damage for this and this. So that's 16. Let me roll the extra D8.
Okay.
A 1.
All right, that's still good though. You take some chips out of the leg. The creature seems to like shudder and kind of revile a little bit as you hit it. It doesn't like being hit. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Michael?
Action surge and do it again.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me again. That'll hit.
And
That'll
14 hits. I'm going to trip attack a second time.
Sure. Oh, those are much better
And-
rolls already.
12 and 6, and there was my D8. Ah, there we go. Better rolls.
Okay.
21
Alrighty.
damage.
Yeah,
for my
he's that leg is like pretty chipped up. You've cracked a lot of it. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Michael?
I am done with my turn.
Alrighty, we move to Farzu. Farzu, Michael has just rushed past you and is fighting the leg down outside. Is there anything you want to do? Oh, Farzu, you're lighting up and I'm not hearing you. Discord's being funky tonight.
Yeah, it is.
You might need
Try-
to. You might need to refresh. You might need to leave and rejoin Discord, and I can bump you back up.
There he is, I think.
Alrighty, welcome back, Farku.
There?
Farzu?
He's not talking at all.
All right, we might need to come back to your turn, but let us know once you're back. Discord's being funky tonight, folks. As we move to, or you can just type it. You're familiar. Okay. Okay. So Farzu's, I think it's an owl, flies up and attacks this creature with a shocking grasp. That'll absolutely hit for 9 lightning damage. Lightning damage seems to be perfectly effective against it. And that is alrighty. And hopefully we can get your mic fixed before we come back around. And we move to Elysia. Elysia, what would you like to do?
Does there appear to be a back door on this little hut?
There does. Yeah.
Okay. So I will bonus action Monty!
Hello.
And call forth Monty. Farku, you live! And I will kind of just scoot a little over so I can look out the door and see the gargantuan ice
The body.
spider and Michael.
Mhm.
And I will I think this is the first time I'm actually using meta magic as a sorceress. Woot.
Oh, damn.
And kind of just whisper my incantation of, just as the moon brings the tide ebb and flow, ebb and Michael flow! As I will twin spell enlarge reduce to reduce the gargantuan spider and enlarge Michael Verity.
Hot damn. What is the roll? A Constitution save for the spider?
Constitution save, DC 15.
He fails as the spider shrinks down from no longer 50 feet in the air. It shrinks down to almost half its size, just down to 25 feet. This is actually a lot worse for it than you think, as there's a horrible cracking, snapping sound as 2 of the legs that were inside the building smashed to the ceiling snap. Ideal, you see shattering ice all throughout in the inside. As this creature reels and tries to kind of catch its position, now being down to 6 legs. Brutal. Michael, at the same time, swells up to a large, 15-foot man.
I'm a little concerned about this, but okay.
You're very tall. And we head to the top of the initiative. Ideal, do you want to go first, or do you want your elemental to go first?
How about the elemental?
Okay. The elemental looks at you, Ideal, and it looks like it's thinking about attacking you. But then it looks up and flies up through one of the holes in the ceiling where the leg came through, and it's going to cast Witch Bolt again at the giant above. Can you give me a Witch Bolt cast for the elemental?
Sure.
And it goes lightning. That'll absolutely hit. Can you give me the damage? Holy shit!
2 for the higher level casting.
Yay for warlocks and their higher level casting.
the lightning bolt, the witch bolt strikes it, and it you all see the lightning like course down its legs as it vibrates incredibly quickly. You all hear like vibrating buzzing sound, like a finger on crystal, as it is just vibrating so quickly. Ideal, what would you like to do? It's looking rough.
You know what? I'm gonna pick up a chunk of its leg, put it in the jump launcher, and launch it at the spider.
Oh, damn! Awesome. Go ahead and make an attack. Oh, no!
And it misses!
The chunk of leg just, woo! Goes wide. I see, everything happens at the same time, so imagine you, like, aim right at the body, fire, and then Elysia's reduce goes off, and it just, boom, shrinks. You would have hit it straight on. Alrighty. Oh, is that the end of your turn, Teal?
Yeah.
Alright. The foe is going to go. It is going to make this horrible, like, skittering shriek kind of sound. Again, it feels like it vibrates to make the sound, right? It's not like it has a mouth or anything. And it begins to try and run away. It seems a lot more clumsy now in the snow than it was with six
Can I
legs
make an
and half its
opportunity?
size.
Can I make an opportunity attack against it?
You can, yes.
Okay, I'm going to smash it with my now enlarged sword.
Okay. All right. Can you go ahead and give me the damage? 12 slashing. All right, you smash it. Another one of its legs kind of cracks and smashes to pieces.
Michael, you get a bonus D4 damage as you're a big boy now.
Oh, damn.
Well,
Actually, can you roll me that? That could matter.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
Oh,
So that
damn.
makes it 16.
Hey.
You actually, because of your increased size, you clip 2 of its legs. And it shatters and breaks apart. And you can see it's now running on just 4 legs as it is teetering side to side, attempting to escape from you all. Dang. All right. We are... Next initiative order is actually you, Michael. It seems like it's trying to flee.
How far is it? Can I catch up to it easily?
Yeah, you could. I mean, it's not far. And
Yeah, I'm
you're
going
big
to
now.
do it, and I'm going to attempt to trip attack it. And if I succeed, I'm pretty sure I can knock it prone now because of its size reduction.
That you could. Go ahead and make an attack. That will again hit.
Roll it. I want a DC 13 strength save from this small spider thing.
Let's see what happens first. Go ahead and give me your attack.
Edge and D8.
Okay.
And
so
D4.
Oh yeah, roll the D4
and the D4, and that
again,
will be
very important. 15 total. All right. You take out an additional 2 of its legs as you
Falls.
swing with your sword again. And yeah, it just falls. It's only got 2 legs left. And it's just like on the ground. Its last 2 legs squirming, trying to get away. But
No,
it's
can I
just
attack
not
with
even
it?
able to move.
For my second attack, can I attack with advantage, considering it should now be prone, basically?
If you want, you could just kill it. Like, you can just
I'm
kill
gonna,
the
I'm gonna straight up
if you
stab it into the center.
Okay, yeah, you stab it down into the center, and it just kind of breaks apart, fracturing into hundreds of tiny little kind of lines of ice, and then shattering apart. And as it lies just wasted and ruined in the snow, you all find yourselves just kind of standing in this ruined battlefield, the building behind you totally wrecked. And you no closer to the mine than where you started.
Yeah, we need to rush forward to the mine. Which way? Is there any sign that points to where the mine is?
Yeah, it's probably
Enlargement spell last.
You see the silhouette of like a mountain, like not far away. It's right down the road.
So, how long does this enlarge reduce spell last?
Only a minute.
A minute. Do you guys want to just book it to the mine? I don't think you can get there.
We need to book it to the mine, because that spider clearly wasn't the cause of the problem.
Yeah, I agree. Let's book it to the mine.
Okay. Farzu, unless you say otherwise, I'm going to assume you're following behind stealthfully. Wow, you're lighting up and I'm not hearing you. Man, Discord is being bad today. I'm sorry, dude. But anyway, the rest of you all kind of push forward through the snows. You're able to kind of make a bit of a... Michael's large size is very helpful at first for pushing a lot of the snow out of the way and making a clear path. And the storm has died down a little bit. It's not quite as bad.
Hello?
There we go, Farzu. We can hear you.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So I wanted to use my mage hand to pick up one of the dwarves' skulls.
Okay.
And use minor illusion to make it so he's talking to the group while I'm stepping behind and be like, "Hello, my name is Ulfgar. Avenge my people. We need to head to the mountains to explore the mines."
You guys
just
all
have
see
like a
this.
talking.
I point to the mine and tell the skull, the mine is right over there. That's where we're headed.
The skull gets zapped by lightning. Lightning! As the witch bolt elemental continues. So you all, along with the floating skull, who's definitely not Farzu, make your way down to the mine. As you see before you, a large kind of opening, many of these wagons around it all smashed to pieces. And you see several more kind of dwarf skeletons kind of piled up just outside the mine. As you kind of peer down it, it just feels weird. There's something just off about it. You see some very distant light that kind of is this strange blue color coming from deep within.
I don't think it's off at all. It just feels way too familiar to me. I just keep going.
Okay. So yeah, you push forward through the mine. Unfortunately, it's been more than a minute, and Michael, you do shrink to your normal size. And
no, but at least it'll help me fit easier into the mine.
As you kind of walk down, it just feels like something's watching you kind of the whole time. You see the occasional like dead dwarf skeleton, again scraped clean of all flesh. You find one dwarf that seems to be petrified inside of molten chocolate. But you know, after like prying some of the chocolate away, he's very, very dead. And the chocolate had since hardened, but clearly had been frozen within. And yeah, as you're going, you see all over the walls, almost painted in blood. The walls are all made of this dark, dark chocolate as you get further down, where you can see they've been mined out. But painted in what looks like blood all over the walls are strange crescents, maybe? You're not entirely sure. But yeah, just horrible, like, crescent shapes, almost look like they're finger painted. All over the walls, just hundreds of them, like the ravings of a madman.
Interesting. I'm going to shout loudly, and hopefully the echo goes in the mine. Hey, come out, coward!
You think you can hear something in the distance further down as the light is coming from some cavern deep within.
Forward still. I'm not afraid.
Okay.
I want my talking head to just like be spouting tons of lore. I just make up about the place.
It's like, oh, yes, we're the Big Rock Candy Dwarves, you know, we've lived up here for a year, and is it just random stuff like that?
Do you measure the quality of the chocolate by its darkness or its lightness? Is the dark chocolate like more valuable in the mining operations, or is it not even chocolate that you're trying to mine?
Are your bones edible?
I imagine they're like candy canes.
All of these bizarre questions. At this point, you guys begin to see what looks like drag mark, actually. It looks like dwarves were dragged deeper in as this light is getting brighter and brighter, the strange whitish blue light emanating from deep within the cave. And you can hear what sounds like some sort of distant, echoing kind of chant in a high-pitched kind of voice, as well as some smaller kind of footmarks along the path. Some three-toed kind of footprints, or five-toed footprints, but they're small toes.
So,
Are they? Can I hear what language they're speaking, or no?
It's hard to understand exactly what they're saying at first, but you begin to hear it as they seem to be chanting, "C is for cookies."
C is for. I'm gonna facepalm and just think of how stupid that sounds, but I keep pushing forward, and I.
C is for me. C.
And as you kind of continue to push forward, you open into a massive cavern. In the center, there's a very large kind of well-like hole, spanning almost 100 feet wide, just descending into darkness. You see surrounding it what looks like hundreds of tiny little bunny folk, but they're wearing like masks made of dwarf skulls, and they're all chanting this "C is for cookie, it's good enough for me," just over and over.
I have a cookie!
And
You're talking skull gasps. It's like,
as
"My
you
brother."
yell out ideal, they all pause and look up toward you.
I show them my cookie shield.
Ideal, you've done
And
goofed,
they
I think.
return chanting. You see on the distance, on the opposite side, there is a large stone kind of ledge that goes out over the pit. And you see atop a bone throne, presumably made of dwarf bones, there is a rabbit with a tiny little unicorn horn, ideal, not too different from yours, sitting atop that throne. He holds a scepter made of a large bone with like a skull mounted on the end. And he calls out, "Sacrifice! Bring the cookie!"
I'm
And he
going
holds
to
the
summon
scepter
my
into the
pact
air.
weapon at this point.
Okay. What does everyone else want to do?
I want my familiar just to like fly by everyone and carrying a piece of broccoli and just drop it into the big hole.
You just want to drop a piece. Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay, well,
God.
we're gonna have to roll for initiative, I think, because at this point you're doing something, Farzu, and I feel summoning a packed weapon, and we need to roll. For
I'm
initiative real quick.
trying to get to the center of the room, which
Yeah.
is now bad because now you all have done goofed. But oh well.
Isn't the center of the room a giant pit?
Yes. It
Yeah,
is.
it's the giant.
I said toward it, not at it.
Just jump inside. Sacrifice.
All right.
who knows? Maybe if we sacrifice Michael, we would appease the bunny folk and finish the adventure. Oh wait, I'm not initial.
Alrighty. We are. Oh, Farzu, so you're first. Farzu, what would you like to do? Oh, I think we missed someone. Who did we miss? Ideal. We need your initiative.
Oh,
Gotta
sorry.
get your
That's all good. That's all good.
gotta get your vegetables, man.
Alrighty. So Farzu, you're first.
I'm still hiding, right?
Yeah,
Or
you've
should
been
I
like
hide it?
following behind the party, hidden the whole time, just moving this floating skull with your mage hand.
Alright, I'll use my familiar to drop some broccoli into the sacrificial pit.
All right.
Oh,
How
fuck.
far can your familiar fly? It's an owl, correct?
60 feet, yeah.
Okay, then double moving, the owl can get halfway to the pit. This is a
Oh, that's
monster
far.
cavern. Yeah, this is a monster cavern. This is where all the mining operations were done.
I use my bonus actions and cunning action dash. What?
Not for your
Does that
familiar.
work? Okay, sure. Then I'll just do that in my turn.
Okay. Okay. Nothing else you want to do? You just want to stay hidden? And do you want the skull to say anything witty? Okay, I guess not. I guess.
No.
Okay. The foe will go. The bunny folk all cheer, "Wah! Sacrifice!" And they begin to kind of rush up the sides of the platform you're on and climb up onto you with a crazed look. Their bloodshot eyes visible through the holes in the dwarf skulls that they wear on as faces. And that's what they do. They just rush up toward you. There are maybe like 25 bunny folk all around you guys right now, except for Farzu, who's a little further back. Michael, you're next. What would you like to do?
How far is the guy on the throne?
He is... Actually, I'm sorry, Farzu. 120 feet gets you just about to the pit. The whole cavern is 300 feet across. So yeah, so you're almost there. At the end of your next turn, or at the one more move, and you'll be able to throw the broccoli. Sorry, I was mistaken. That would make him about 150 feet away from you, Michael. Do you want to rush him?
Yeah, I want to try to rush toward him. I'm assuming the bunny folk are flanking me, though.
Yeah, they're all around you, and they seem kind of hysterical.
I'm going to try to... Okay, Okay, here's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to rush... I'm going to go my full 60 feet of movement, and I'm going to attempt to shout...
You're running forward?
I'm running forward 60... Well, okay. I'm not... Oh, I gotta run around the pit, actually, but...
Well, I mean, that's to get to the pit is 150 feet.
Well, yeah. But I'm going to run forward then, and I'm going to shout, and hopefully the cavern will echo, like, silence! And then I'm going to point at the guy on the throne with my sword and be like, here, you coward, and fight me like a man.
Okay, you run forward. The bunny folk don't seem to, like, comprehend your words, but as you're running forward, like, toward the pit and toward the Almirage, this bunny folk lord, they don't attack you. Instead, they cheer, "Sacrifice!" As you run forward, they don't stop you.
Sting. So the bunny lord doesn't understand what I'm saying either?
It's kind of hard to tell. He's wearing a skull on his face, so you can't tell his reactions very well. But they don't shut up. They don't be quiet like you tell them to, is I guess what I'm getting at.
Yeah, well, I'm going to just...
They speak common, because they're speaking common. So.
Wait, I'm going to end my turn there, then.
Okay. Ideal, what would you like to do? There are bunny folks swarmed all around you. Though a bunch just got out of the way as Michael ran forward.
Okay, I am going to put a Hexblade Curse on the closest bunny folk.
Okay.
And then attack with my pack weapon, which is currently taking the form of a longsword.
Okay, you swing with your longsword. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Alright, and because I have improved pack weapon, it's a +1 longsword.
Sure. Oh my god, okay. Go ahead and roll me your damage. Can you also give me the curse damage? Holy shit, that's so much damage. Oh, I see. Were you rolling with one-handed or two-handed? One-handed because you have the shield. Okay.
Yeah.
Straight up, I think you just straight up murdered a bunnyfoot cultist that wasn't even attacking you.
No, it's only the 9 damage, not the extra 13.
Yeah.
Well, you have your Hexblade's curse, right?
Yeah, it's just +3 for proficiency.
Okay, so that's total.
That's all Hexblade. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you swing with your sword, and while you only go to hit one bunny folk, they're so crowded up, you kill 12 bunny folk with your swing.
What? How do you kill 12 at once?
Oh, I'm sorry. You kill 6 of them. As you just cleave
I was gonna say 12
them.
is way too many.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You cleave through 6 of them.
I say, how's that for a sacrifice? As I kill 6 of them.
They scream. They seem kind of okay with it, actually. Anything else you'd like to do, Ideal?
Can I... Well, part of me wants to throw the now dead bunny folk into the pit, but...
It's 120 feet away, so...
Yeah, it's too far away right now, so, I used my action, my bonus action, so no.
All right, Elysia, what would you like to do? The bunny folk are swarming, but Ideal just killed a whole bunch of them.
Do they have weapons at the ready? Do they seem like
yeah,
they're
they have little chunks of bone. They look like they're ready to gut you.
Oh, that is way more terrifying than I
Yeah,
had
they got
imagined.
shivs.
Ah, dang bunnies in their shivs.
Yeah.
How far away was the pit again? I know this is probably the
It's
upkeep.
about 120 feet away.
I
Farzu's
can't
owl
get
is
there.
right up
Dash.
to it. So close.
And the owl would also be 120 feet away, right?
The owl flew 120 feet and is right up to it.
Okay. Oh man, I had such a good plan, but I'm 30 feet of movement short. So I will just... Man, it was such a good plan, but it's all falling apart now. So I will just kind of scoot forward 30 feet and try
the
to...
bunnies do not
send-
attack you as you do. They let you go, cheering, "Sacrifice!"
That is even more upsetting, but I will attempt to scorch the leader bunny folk up top where he's ringleading.
Okay, yeah, you shoot your firebolt. You hit him. For 10 points. Alrighty. You hit him and he's like badly burned. His like fur is kind of beginning to melt. He's barely holding on. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That'll do it.
Alrighty. Farzu, what would you like to do? Your owl's right up by the pit.
Yeah, I'll sacrifice the broccoli.
You throw the broccoli into the pit? Okay.
Yep.
The broccoli falls into the pit. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Okay. I will move back and out of the cave.
It's gonna be like a lot of movement to leave the cave. I mean, you guys have been walking in for a while.
I'll start moving at a stealth space so I don't have to get out stealth again. I'll use my
You start-
action to just like move down. Where's the guy?
The leader?
Ringleader. Yeah.
He is right at the edge of the pit.
Can I just swoop down to him with the owl?
I think you could, yeah, if you want.
Yeah, just fly by, boop, and get back. Boop.
Yeah, you see the bunny leader gets swooped. This owl swoops down and zaps him, and it's you see his own skeleton kind of electrified, showing through its body, and it's just like and it falls and collapses backwards into the pit, seemingly dead. The bunny folk continue to cheer rapidly, and we got the foe's turn. At this point, you all hear, you feel the earth kind of shake, and you hear just a deep cookie. And then
dear.
suddenly, a giant, two massive stone feet begin to pull a massive monster out of the pit. And it yells, "Cookie!" You can see as it pulls itself out, the bunny folk cheer. But it has three like triangular legs and then three triangularly centered arms on each side of its body, a massive toothy maw up top. And this creature is like 80 feet wide. It's a gargantuan monster. And it reaches with one of its arms and grabs like, how many bunny folk does it grab? Let's find out. The bunny folk continue to cheer. It grabs this many damages worth of bunny folk. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a bite. It does. It grabs.
God.
It only grabs 6 bunny folk with that one. And then it grabs with another one, and then it grabs a bunch more. So it grabs 6, 15, 21 bunny folk with its 3 arms, and just begins to shovel them into its mouth.
Oh
and
yeah.
this creature is gigantic.
Wait, is this a construct eating freaking?
Yeah, this seems like a giant cookie monster. It seems to be made of cookie.
God, and it's eating
It's just
bunnies.
like
I really hope
it's
the
just
last
piece
like
of
few
broccoli.
bunnies are like terrified. I want to save the last remaining bunny or something.
Well, you see a piece of broccoli like stuck between its teeth, and it looks really angry right now. And we're on to you, Michael. What would you like to do? You're pretty close. You're about 30 feet away from this creature. You narrowly missed getting grabbed by it.
I'm going to... Oh god, the thing's... doing calculations. That thing's like about 80 feet up. I would...
It's devouring the bunnies it grabbed, by the way.
I look at probably there's like only like one bunny left or something. I'm like, oh god, what is this thing
there
doing?
are still hundreds in here. This is some sort of bunny.
Oh, there's
cult.
hundreds?
Yeah.
That's disturbing. I'm going to attempt to use my action to shoot my crossbow at range into its eye.
Okay, yeah, it's got a couple of eyes. A couple of very large yellow eyes. The eyes are about 15 feet wide. Go ahead and make an attack.
I can only make one attack with this like crossbow since it has a reload property.
Okay, take out your crossbow. You hit him.
I forgot to take off
right in the eye.
Whatever. Right in the eye. And 4 piercing damage into its eye.
It blinks, and then its eyes just all kind of like focus on you. Cookie.
I'm just gonna go eep, and I'm gonna run away. Run away!
As you run away, the bunny folk all try and like push you back and like sacrifice. I need you to roll. I think we need to roll. I need you to roll strength saving throw.
One of my best saving throws.
And you're trying to move 30 feet.
Oh no!
Yeah. Okay. So you're running away, and you have a whole pile of bunnies to run through. So as you're like pushing back, you failed the DC by more than 5. You only get 15 feet. As the bunnies are like jumping onto you, trying to push you back, cheering sacrifice. You are currently covered in bunnies. Ideal, what would you like to do?
I am going to kill more bunny folk.
Okay.
With my longsword.
Okay. More bunny folk are climbing up, by the way. Okay, can you go ahead and roll your damage? These bunny folk are not very tough. Yeah, you'll kill another 2 bunny folk with your swing.
Alright, and I am going to curse the soul of one of the bunny folk and turn it into specter that serves me.
Oh, jeez. One of the bunny folks. Last master. As it looks to you, its head kind of like lolling to the side, this ghastly bunny creature.
Yes. A bunny folk specter.
Uh-huh. What would you like it to do?
I would like it to help Michael.
Okay, it goes toward Michael. All right. Would you like to move at all, Ideal?
I
this
will.
creature looks like it can move pretty fast. It's so big.
I will move. I will try to move away from it as much as I can.
Okay, you start running back. I need you to also roll a strength saving throw as the bunny folk around you are trying to stop you. The DC is lower because there are fewer bunny folk left, but... Oh no! You don't move at all as they hold you back. Sacrifice! As you're trying to get away, but the bunny folk are trying to sacrifice you. Elysia, what would you like to do? You're in a weird spot.
In a very weird spot, I'll kind of look over to Michael and just, same thing as last time? Michael, just as the moon causes the tides to ebb and flow, ebb, Michael, blow! As I will once again cast Enlarge Reduce, 20 net to once again reduce this cookie monster thing and enlarge Michael.
I have some real well, actually, this might actually work. I don't think this thing has an immutable form. Yeah, it does not. So, you attempt to reduce it. I actually need to open it back up again. For some reason, I closed it. Weird. Why would I do that?
It is not
17.
reduced.
Yeah, it is still gargantuan. But Michael, you're larger, which will help you escaping from the bunny folk.
Elysia will also try to scoot back her 30 feet of movement.
Can you also roll me a strength saving throw as the bunny folk around you cheer, "Sacrifice!" Yeah, no. You make it only 15 feet.
That is further than I expected.
As you try and push back, the bunny folk are keeping you away. You're about 30 feet from the exit now. Ideal, you're only about 15 feet. You're pretty close still, because you didn't go in too far. Michael, you're pretty far from the exit. You're about 90 feet away. As we go to the top of the initiative.
I don't know if the Cookie Monster is gonna try to... I think I might have a bit of an advantage against the Cookie Monster since I'm a bit larger.
Maybe. Farzu, do you just keep running?
No, actually. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna start setting up some caltrops and some ball
You're
bearings.
setting up traps.
You know, the usual.
Okay. The Cookie Monster and the Bunny Folk are gonna go. I need everyone who's in the chamber still to roll a strength saving throw as the Bunny Folk try and push you toward the Cookie Monster.
Can I get a bonus on this since I'm larger, or no?
I think I have advantage.
Okay, I'll get advantage on this one then.
Alrighty. So Elysia, you managed to hold off. Michael, you managed to hold off. But Ideal, you get pushed 15 feet toward it, getting dragged away from the exit. The Cookie Monster itself is going to rush forward, and it is going to... You shot it in the eye, man. It's going to go after you with all three of its claws. What's your armor class, Michael?
Oh dear.
What's your armor class?
18.
Alrighty, well, it's 17 for the first claw, a 24 for the second claw. The second claw grabs you.
Ow.
That's 12 points of slashing damage. And you are grappled. And actually, it will just scoop up a bunch of other bunny folk with its other claw and eat them, and then continue to crush forward. It's really close to you now, Elysia. It's right up in your grill. As we move to the next turn, Michael, what would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm grappled. I'm grappled. Luckily, it's not shoving me into its mouth. Maybe it's
it
too
can't
big.
seem to do that yet.
It's probably because I'm too big, but...
I don't think so. It's very large. I think it might need to grapple you first before it can eat you.
It already grappled me.
No, it hadn't grappled you the first time.
It just grappled you this turn. It's probably gonna try and eat you next turn.
Yep. If you don't get away.
What is the escape DC 18 for?
It's
what
18. It'd be strength athletics. It's very tough, yeah. This thing is very strong.
It's an athletics DC 18.
Yep.
Ooh. I can't use my crossbow and try to shoot it again and then break free, sadly.
I mean, you could try, but you'd have to roll real well.
You could disarm him.
I'll tell you, if you... I don't know, man. I think you're way better off just trying to get out with the escape.
Try to break free.
You do get whatever bonus Silverblood is.
Just hit it with your...
Michael, you pull yourself out. You're in increased size, very helpful. What would you like to do? Elysia is right next to you, and you're about, what do we say, 60 feet from the exit?
Used my action, so...
Yep, you got a movement. Do you leave Elysia behind, or what do you do?
Can I pick up Elysia? Is it possible for me to just pick her up?
I am willing to be picked up.
You could, but you'd be moving at half movement if you both moved. Do you want to try and just shot put Elysia? And just you're screwed, or what do you do?
I'm going to take Elysia. I'm going to look at Elysia like, you might want to leave, and I'm going to lightly punt Elysia towards the edge. I'm going to lightly punt Elysia toward the edge of the cave.
Okay, can you roll me an athletics check? Again, you're rolling with advantage because you're enlarged. As you pick up Elysia and throw her toward the exit. Oh damn, Elysia, can you roll me a dex save to land gracefully? Pretty high save, but... No, okay, you hit the ground with a thud. Elysia, you're going to take 2d6 points of bludgeoning damage. However, with that throw, Michael, you get Elysia right to the exit.
Tell Elysia sorry, and then I'm going to look, and then I'm going to move. I'm gonna stare at the Cookie Monster and move backward, using my advantage of size against the bunny folk.
Yeah, well, the problem is, Max, it would have taken your movement to throw Elysia because you already used your action to get
You're
out.
right. I'll just turn around and stare at the Cookie Monster bravely, ready to fight.
Elysia, can you roll me oh, you already saved. Cool. So Max is still large, or Mike is still large, Michael. And we go to the ideal. What would you like to do? You're about 30 feet from the exit. A good strength, and you could get out, you think.
Well, let's see. No, I'm gonna turn around and attack the Cookie Monster.
Okay. Oh, geez. All right. You're gonna stay and fight. Go ahead.
I'm gonna just turn around and attack the Cookie Monster.
Okay.
Alright, how close am I to it, though?
You're 30 feet from it now.
Alright, well then I'm gonna run up to it and attack it with my longsword.
All right. The bunny
Axe
folk let
weapon.
you run up. Yep. You rush forward. All right. You hit him, actually. Just barely, but you hit him. For 9 points.
Yep.
Alrighty. You chunks of cookie kind of go crumbling off. And is that the end of your turn, Ideal?
Yeah.
Elysia? I'm going late this time, but I think it's worth it here. You guys are trying to fight this thing. Woo.
Oh, my Spectre!
Your Spectre. What would you like your Spectre to do? Probably attack, right?
Yeah, attack the Cookie Monster. I don't know what a Spectre can do, but yeah.
Yeah, the
I know. All I know is
life drain ability. Can you roll me a d20 for that? And I'll tell you what the bonus is. I'll just add the bonus after.
Sure.
I've got a +4 total, so... The Spectre ethereally rushes forward and strikes out with its ghastly rabbit teeth and hits. Wow. Can you roll me 3d6 for the necrotic damage? That's actually pretty good. You see big chunks of the cookie rot, as it actually seems vulnerable to necrotic damage. So it takes double damage from that. As this Cookie Monster, it's still massive and probably very much alive, but
that is good to know that it is weak to that type of damage.
Yes, exactly. And is that the end of your turn, Ideal?
Yeah.
All right, Elysia, you see Ideal is going back to fight bravely.
Seeing that we have a chance of fighting it out and being taken
You're
out
not
of...
sure you have too much of a chance. It looks still pretty tough, but maybe.
I believe in the us that believes in fighting the Cookie Monster, so I will unleash my Divine Radiance as I fly 30 feet up.
Oh, damn, just up into the air.
Just
A couple of
straight
bunny folk are latching onto your feet, but they fall off as you fly up. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's all I can do, as going Super Azamar unfortunately is an action.
Cool. In that case, we go to Farzu. Are you just still trying to set traps? All right, I'm gonna take that as yes. And the Cookie Monster will go.
No. I'll have the shocking grasp.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're owl. Sure. Oh, okay. All right,
All right.
you fly by. Unfortunately, that actually misses. This thing is pretty tough. It's got a strong cookie carapace of natural armor. So unfortunately, a 15 is not going to hit him. And is that all you want to do, Farzi?
Alright, yep, set up traps and then bonus actions.
The
Rogue
Cookie
stuff,
Monster,
just rogue things.
just rogue things. The bunny folk all around you, Ideal and Michael, are going to use the help action to help the Cookie Monster get you. As they are trying to grab you and pushing you up toward the creature. It has advantage in its attacks against the two of you.
I think you should just get normal because I'm large. I really doubt those bunny folk could help. size. Highly doubt that.
No, I think they, like, what they're doing, right, is they're, like, getting up under your armor and, like, biting into your leg and stuff, and getting you off your guard is really the key. Because of now you're larger size, they can, like, climb up under your like, the armor on your, like, shins and stuff. But, yeah, he's going for you. He's gonna make a claw attack first against you, Michael. It's 24 to hit. It's 21 slashing damage. And then he's going to make one against you, Ideal. Which is going to be a 15. I'm sorry, a 20 to hit for 15 slashing damage. And then it is going to rush forward, seeing Elysia flying in the air. And it's going to make one claw attack against Elysia. Elysia, what's your armor class?
Oh god, I totally thought I was out of range. 12?
Oh, this thing is huge. Unfortunately, yeah, he's going for you. He's a 13. Unfortunately, yeah.
Elysia is unconscious.
Oh, shit. All right, so Elysia goes unconscious. And you two, Max and Ideal, each took 21 and 15 damage each. Well, one of you took 21, one took as it grappled each of you. We are back to Michael's turn. Michael, what would you like to do?
I'm really gonna hate this, aren't I? I'm trying to. It's so bad. What can I do? Well, I need a second win myself, so I'm gonna roll a 1d10 plus 6.
Yep, that's a bonus action, so you can just do that, no problem.
So I'm at 33 health.
Okay.
33, yeah.
Would you like to try and escape?
I mean, I kind of have to here. So.
Oh, you shrink down, actually, because Elysia's enlarge goes away. Actually, that probably gets you out of the grapple. You're probably no longer grappled, as you just suddenly shrunk down in size while he had you. So I think you're actually free just from that spell going away.
Nice. That was nice. What an interesting predicament. I'm going to since I'm still I don't know if I is he able to make opportunity attacks if I try to run away now?
You have no idea. You
could try to help free me.
Yeah, you could do that.
How can I help free him though?
It's so huge.
I don't know.
You think it'd have difficulty opportunity attacking.
How can I help him? Like, just attack the creature?
You could use your action to help him escape. It would give him advantage to get out. But unless you have something else, that's pretty much it.
If I can reach the hand, can I try to attack the hand to make him let go?
I think
break it off?
You'd be doing that with a help action. I mean, if you want to try and break the hand off, go ahead. The damage threshold's just very high for that. You'd have to roll really well.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I can still do necrotic damage to it. So this is possible.
Yeah, I mean, Michael, do you want to try and attack it?
Attack the hand?
I'm
gonna try.
You got to pick. You got to decide. Are you attacking the monster or are you running?
I'm going to rush and attack the hand twice with my longsword.
Alrighty.
Wait, no, it's not advantage.
Yeah.
11 does not hit.
No.
And
No.
God dang it. I'm gonna use.
Doesn't either. It's got tough cookie armor, unfortunately. Your sword chips off of it. What would you like to do with your movement? Do you want to try and run, or
I have my crossbow at the ready and run? I'm gonna look at Ideal and saying, "I'm sorry. This is terrible."
Strength athletics to try and get away.
Yep, strength athletics, easy.
For the rabbit, yeah, to get past the rabbits.
Oh my god, no!
They sacrifice hold you back. Oh no. Ideal, you are currently grappled by the creature. What would you like to do? Cookie!
Yeah, I know.
You see yourself you're being like lifted up toward its giant toothy maw.
I'm trying to remember if Bunny with the horn is alive or not right now.
The what?
The leader.
No, he's very dead.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to remember if he was dead or not.
He's super dead.
I'm going to use.
Wait, I have a weird idea. Make him eat the broccoli. He's got a broccoli stuck in his tooth. Make him eat the broccoli.
I'm going to shoot the broccoli.
Shut up.
Okay. People, shut up while I'm talking for a second.
Okay, no, go ahead.
I am going to use I'm going to attack with Eldritch Blast the broccoli in
You're
its
gonna shoot
mouth.
the broccoli.
Yes, I'm going to
Okay.
try to shoot the broccoli into its use Eldritch Blast to shoot the broccoli into its mouth.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
I
It's a
actually have.
single tiny piece of broccoli stuck between its teeth. So it's pretty hard to hit. But
Well, I have 2 Eldritch Blasts, so
go for it. That'll hit it, actually. You hit the broccoli and it breaks out and breaks into pieces. Your single force damage just kind of like whoop, pops it into his mouth. And it just continues to roar. Nothing immediately happens.
Ideal. That did not
I'm
add
not-
your charisma to the attack.
I don't
Don't
know
worry
what.
about it for now. You attacked a broccoli. We don't need the charisma damage. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your second Eldritch Blast?
You know what? I'm going to attack the monster in one of its eyes.
Okay.
You know, just because.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Unfortunately missing with the second Eldritch Blast. You are still grappled. Elysia, it's your turn. Oh, you're unconscious.
What about
Let
the
me death saving
specter?
throw.
What about the
Yeah.
specter?
Yeah, go ahead,
I'm gonna make the specter attack one of it. Attack the.
Do you want me to have it
hand,
roll, or
actually.
do you want to roll?
I'll have it roll.
Okay. It's gonna be a d20 plus 4. Unfortunately, the specter tries to slash at it, but is unable to really make contact. Elysia creeps closer to death. Farzu,
Elysia creeps closer to life as she is favored by Selune in this moment.
what does this mean?
Ooh. Ooh, wow.
Okay, so you're not dying. Cool. Farzu?
No, wait.
Farzu?
I think she is still dying. Oh,
He's
wait,
still
is she-
dying.
Oh,
But
yeah.
she's
Yeah,
not
'cause the
a failure,
totals-
not a failure.
The total is 9.
Yep.
Yeah, can I fly over to Elysia?
The owl?
So, yep,
Sure.
but the owl
Sure.
and Elysia, do you have any potions on you?
I do not.
I don't think an owl is
Just gonna,
capable
like,
of opening a
pick it up
potion and pouring
Shove
it.
it in your mouth? Aw.
Yeah, plus
What
they
kind
don't
of
have any
adventure
potions.
are you? You don't even bring any health potions.
I play clerics and favored soul sorcerers and
So-
paladins. Thank you.
Farzu, your owls use 60 feet of movement to fly over to Elysia. What else would you like to do?
You don't use it to heal other people. You heal yourself. My owl always has a potion on its back, so it's just gonna pour it into his mouth.
I don't think owls can use potions. They
Just
do not have
explain.
hands. They
No,
do
the
not have
owl
hands.
just flies upside down and pours it in its mouth.
You can roll a
This is
sleight of
not
hand check if you'd like.
Just any
to use
owl though. It's intelligent.
Yeah, you can use a sleight of hand
Yeah.
check. I'll give you a DC 10. If you fail, the potion's wasted. All right.
There you go.
The owl flips around and pours the potion into your throat, and you wake up. The Cookie Monster is gonna go. The Cookie Monster. I'm gonna roll a Constitution saving throw, DC 15 for the Cookie Monster. All right. The Cookie Monster roars as the broccoli enters its throat and kind of chokes. And it is going to make an attack. Actually, the Cookie Monster drops you, Ideal, and drops you, Elysia. Each of you are going to fall 10 feet. So you're each going to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage, and the Cookie Monster, Cookie, no, is going to scutter back away and disappear into the pit. and you all just kind of fall on the ground. All the bunny folk are just looking around like, Cookie?
I command my specter to go after the cookie monster.
I mean, the cookie monster just okay. You have the specter chase the cookie monster.
Yeah, just in case.
All right. So I think what happens here, because at this point we're very over time, but you have scared away the cookie monster with your broccoli. The specter chases the cookie monster. The cookie monster retreats down his hole. And you guys, what do you do with these hundreds of now like very confused bunny folk who like are just kind of looking around like,
I'm gonna attempt to have the bunny folk join me and join the kingdom that I serve.
Elysia tries to have a Saluni holy text meeting to convert them.
You guys just line the bunny folk cultists up to convert them.
Yeah, we all convert them. We all like split. We're like splitting the loot, except we're just splitting bunny folk.
Hey, we're growing our respective kingdoms / cults / religions.
Okay. Yep.
Elysia does
you
not
guys are
do a
able
good job.
to convert these psychotic, bloodthirsty bunny folk occultists eventually. Congratulations. At least you were able to complete your quest. You discovered the terrifying monster within the mine. All of the dwarves are already dead though, but that's fine. You've all earned your
The dwarves are dead when we got
bucks.
here.
Yep, you've earned your 200 Bartholomew bucks, your 1 point of XP. Congratulations. God damn it.
The Church of Slow Negroes.
Yeah, thanks for playing, everybody.